Alright, time to record another video.
Huh?
Wait a second! Who the fuck are you?
Huh? Who dare speak to the almighty Mongolia?
The only voice in this house that's talking to you, asshole!
And who are you?
I asked you first on that!
I'm your worst nightmare!
Oh my lord. Why does this house have to be inhabited by these evil spirits?
What the fuck did you just comment?
It's none of your concern, asshole! Now where are you?
I'm not telling you unless you answer my question, you butter bread packaging looking ass boy!
Says the one who appears to be a voice in my head who's non-existent!
You'll regret those words, skinny white boy!
Oh yeah? What you gonna do about it, huh? This is the Tier 9 Chinese Collector Heavy, the WZ-114. It is a vehicle that is currently being listed in the shop right now for a steal price of $24. Otherwise, if you want to get it on Wargaming's website for cheaper, they are listing it in at $20 even. In terms of the physical stats of the WZ-114, I'm not really necessarily a fan of it, but I do like the fact that it is penciled in as a super heavy with fairly solid amounts of armor, which can be withstandable by the majority of standard ammunition. Also for the fact that you also have a fairly solid gun, dealing an average of 470 damage, relying on its standard ammunition. Also for the fact that it has 9 degrees of gun depression, which means that you can be quite flexible when poking over ridge lines. A partial downside that comes through with this vehicle is the maneuverability, and because of the amount of armor that this thing has due to its immense weight, can really determine the factors based apart from the maneuverability. It also has possibly one of the worst power to weight ratios for a heavy, sitting at 11.8. Also for the fact that this vehicle carries sandbags due to its sheer size and immense weight for being penciled in as a super heavy, to where it will increase your hit point factors by 2486. That pretty much outdoes the majority of other tier 10 hit points in that regards. Also for the fact that you also have reactive armor, which will deduct your average rolls basically to a point to where they will only roll a lower amount apart from that. But here we are located into our first game. Let's see what they got. They have a Comp Panzer 70, an IS-6. This looks to be a tier 9 and 8 battle, so let's go ahead and mosey our way towards the left and see how we can fare well as apart from that. Vehicle's DPM is a little lackluster as well due to that high-power gun that it carries with a 14-second reload time. I would say that this vehicle has about 21 to 2200 damage per minute. Still alright for a tier 9, but yeah, that long reload time is going to kind of take away the fact of that DPM for that matter. So, let's go to mosey on up over here and see how we can fare well as apart from that. Looks like I'm going to have maybe my Moishin coming along with me over here. And, of course, my team is going off towards the other side, which is unfortunate, because I'll never know who's going to be lurking like this Comp Panzer 70, and we get a nice roll for 460 apart from that. Alright, so reloading again. Oh, we got the enemy Moishin. We're going to plop on my reactive armor and then kind of angle. He pens me, of course, but I am going to reload my clip once again and get a nice tap and... or just bounce it. That's kind of crazy. Pen spot, 100%, and it bounces. Gotta love to see that. Alright, well now I'm in kind of a predicament because now I got a Comp Panzer coming on over to my side right over here. I don't really want him to pluck me off in the process, and I'm really worried about that WZ pushing on upwards. But I do have a teammate in terms of support for that matter to help me out. And it looks like the enemies aren't in the base, so let's go ahead and continue to mosey on forward. We got the Comp Panzer 70 once again. We also got the IS-6, and we get a nice roll of 432 into his vehicle. We're going to plop on our adrenaline real quick, and then we are going to see if we can maybe get another tap into this IS-6. His teammate's basically screwing him in the process. Or we also got the Comp Panzer out in the open. Nice tap for 440. You can see the power of the gun is actually quite nice at times when you're able to roll above 400 damage. I mean, typical tier 10s can't even roll that for that matter, so... let's go to reload again. We got the Comp Panzer moseying on up again. Let's get another tap. Ooh, 543. And there's another example of the sheer power to getting those average 500 rolls at that as well, which is actually quite crazy to even think about. We're actually holding the spot well, because now it's giving our team the advantage to flank directly behind him. Got the enemy's Moishin side of the turret, 438 hit points deducted out of him. Alright, Moishin gets a nice tap into him as well, and he is bleeding out some of the hits for us, which is good apart from his behalf. We got the enemy Moishin right there. He's going to angle at the last second, but Oh my god, bro. I gotta love this gun at times for its inaccurate capabilities. And another prime example to as where this gun can't quite fall apart because of its aiming time and dispersion factors not ruling you to the best outcome apart from that. But that was a little bit of a low roll, but it's still a pen as in that regard. So we're going to plop on a reactive once again, and this motion is most sincerely going to pen us, but it's not really a high roll in that aspect. So he gets cleared apart from that. We got the enemy WZ-110. 463 roll in that. Nice tap into him. All right, we're reloading again. We're going to mosey on up towards maybe this WZ and see if we can get a finishing clear into him. So reloading 3, 2, 1, and the motion finishes him off. But 3,000 damage instantly right there, and it really just goes to show that this gun can feel quite nice at times, especially when you do manage to get those average 500 rolls at that. This gun slaps, and that's really what its capabilities are meant for as apart from it. 3174, we're able to pull out a third class in this one, and that is an instant top on the team in that regards. Let's go ahead and plop on into game number 2, see how we can fare well as apart from that. So yeah, the aiming time and dispersion of this gun is not pretty. And you saw we were able to bounce that motion without a hassle as apart from that. I don't know if that was sincerely my fault. I possibly would consider it to be my fault as I didn't take my time to aim that shell in, as he was basically within a peripheral point of view to where I can instantly pen his vehicle. But unfortunately, Wargaming was like, hell no, we're screwing you, and we're going to lead you to the most potential bits of downsides apart from that. So loading on into game number 2, we got a tier 10 battle, and of course we have a Void player on the other team. I recognize that name any day of the week, so this is probably going to be a terrible outcome apart from that. If I'm not mistaken, that is if my team manages to withstand the majority of the flank that's going over to maybe this side, which is a fairly popular spot in terms of this map. Alright, so we're going to stay put right here, and then we're going to kind of wait and see who's going to poke on out right there. Alright, so no trees are really falling down in the process back over there, but our 183 is going to send it for some odd reason. But I am just going to sit back and wait for these guys to maybe make a dire miss poke coming through this little gap right here. Alright, so alright, some of their vehicles have been spotted over towards this side right there. We got the Rhino off in the open. We also got the 60 right there. I'm not able to spot him at the bare minimum. We also got the Rhino coming on out. I'm not really sure what he's doing, just pushing on up towards my team like that. So, alright, that tank's a little bit too aerodynamic in order for me to get a tap into, so that's kind of unfortunate. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. Alright, Foch gets cleared, and a Leopard also gets cleared. That's really good. I do need to get some taps out sincerely. We got a reactive armor. Oh, 60 misses us, and unfortunately, Wargaming wanted to bless him and give him a bounce. Yes, that is the best part about this gun, and like I said, the accuracy is just lackluster, so that's something that you do got to keep in mind, and that this gun is really only effective at shooting at a reasonable range. So, got the BZ-58, we got the 60 moseying on out once again for a second time. Let's go ahead and see if we can fire in a shell on his hatch. There we go, 434, he misses us again. And we got the 5120 moseying on out. We also got the grill that was spotted at the slight second. Alright, so we're reloading again. We got the AMX 5120. He's probably going to get a tap into us. Let's see, can we HE him? Unfortunately not, but we can get a 435 tap into him. We're going to continue to back up. Of course, he's going to fire all 4 of his shells and deal a significant chunker to my vehicle. But that is the beauty of sandbags, so that you can basically get away with those high rolls in that aspect. There we go, 480 tap into his vehicle. Very nice roll as apart from that. Alright, and I really hope I am going to be getting some support from my team here momentarily, as I do not want to get plucked by this enemy 6-2s behind me. And for this guy who's coming up over to my side, please bless me with a high roll. Let's freaking go, Wargaming. Thank you so much for that. Alright, we got the enemy 60 TP now. We're just going to back on up to a point to where he's going to have trouble. We got our reactive armor once again. Beautiful in that aspect. So we're going to go ahead and get a 525 roll into his vehicle. Alright, I would have thought that this battle would have went terribly mistakenly bad, but in that aspect, we somehow came through with the victory. 2,300 damage in this one, not necessarily a solid performance unlike the last game, but still fairly okay in that aspect as well. That is going to put us third on the team in that regards. Alright, let's go ahead and plop into game number 3, see how we can fare well as apart from that. Alright, and we are loaded on in. Beautiful. So let's see what they got. Another tier 10 battle. Quite interesting. An M6Yo, they have a 50 TP, a Destiny, and an IS-8. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey towards the left, see how we can do as apart from that. We got our SP2 coming with us. This Destiny's AFK, and of course, it's what you can typically expect with a new player that touches that tank, especially when they get it for free and it's stock. Can this SB2 move, please? I would sincerely appreciate it, and I don't even know why you're sitting over there. Well, you should be in a frontline tank, pretty much. Destiny is coming with us, unfortunately enough. So we got the IS-8 spotted off in the back right over there. Let's go ahead and continue going on in a side scrape right there. He misses us apart from that. That's beautiful. All right, we're going to continue to mosey on forward. Let's see who's going to be plopping out over here. This Destiny's probably going to screw me in that aspect. So, let's go ahead and mosey on up just a little bit more and see what we could spot. Got a Destiny off towards the right, and we also got a Conway as well. They are not out in the open, surprisingly enough, but we're going to mosey on up here. Oh, we got the 50 TP. Oh, what a shot into the hatch for 374. That was actually a pretty lucky one, if I should be thoroughly honest with y'all. I mean, that shot was not really supposed to hit exactly to where I was aiming at. Hence to why this gun is a little bit rat in that aspect. We also got the grill plopping on over to the side. 50 bounces me, of course. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and see if this IS-8's going to poke. Unfortunately not. I guess I'm going to have to kind of hold off this 50 TP in retrospect. So, come on, shitter. I know you want to do it again. Unless if the grill is going to push on over to my side. Oh, never mind. He's not going to, interestingly enough. Alright. Alright, let's see. The Yo is right there. Let's go ahead and... I am a little concerned about this 50 TP as well. Alright, so the IS-8's over there as well. There's the 50. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey on up towards your vehicle then. 473 roll, we're going to plop on our reactive, so this Yo would have trouble trying to hit us in the process, and the IS-8 in that regards too. So it looks like these enemies were a little bit too late, but now that the M6 Yo is out in the open, I can get a fairly solid tap for 497 into his vehicle, and then we just back on into cover. Yep, another prime example to where at times when the gun wants to work, it can really do you well in that regard. So, we got the 50 moseying on out once again, and it looks like he's going to try to cross. 480 roll into his vehicle, beautiful in that regards. Alright, so, reloading again. We also got the Yo and the IS-8. And it looks like my Destiny is not going to be much of help in that regard. So, let's see. I'm going to back up just a little bit. I probably think it would be best if I could maybe flank these guys. Or actually the team's being dealt with. So, I think the best play to make is probably just to go for these enemies. Because they're pretty much screwed in retrospect. So, let's go to get another tap. Wow, 410 roll into him. That's alright though. Reloading again. We're going to get another nice tap into this Yo right here. I'm going to kind of bait him in the process in terms of that. So, 3, 2, 1. We also got the IS-8, but... Okay, game. That is really crazy that you didn't want me to get that clear into him. Alright, well, we got the IS-8 right off to the side. I'm hopefully going to reload my clip once again and maybe get a tap into him. Of course not. But hey, I can't really complain. This tank really does only want to work when it wants to, and at certain times, you can get fairly solid games in this tank. I mean, another 2,200 damage, but I can't really complain. It's a victory in that regards. That's going to put us 4th on the team. I don't really care as apart from that. But it really just goes to show that this tank is really necessarily good, only when it wants to work when it wants to. The armor can slightly work, especially when you rely on your turret, using your gun depression, finding a certain spot in order to plant yourself, and able to get the job well done. That is the beauty of being in a frontline heavy, with sandbags to get those improved hit point factors and take some of the hits for your team. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on those bell notifications while you're at it, so you do not miss out on any new videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.